Hello and welcome. Hopefully you are enjoying your day wherever you are. Welcome to Ginger Prime Loves MMOs. Today we're diving back into the world of Final Fantasy XIV. This is going to be spoiler free. We're not doing any story as a part of Dawn Trail or any story, all that matters, as I have been on a weight loss journey to get below 210 pounds. And once I hit that goal, I'll be able to continue and progress through the Final Fantasy XIV story into this new dawn to see what is in store for us over the next new 10-year plan. Now, I've been playing Pictomancer this entire time, got it to level 90 last night. We're going to be continuing on that journey, just kind of leveling and getting any kind of experience that we can. Overall, just having a good fun time and making some various different adjustments to the controller. Now, where I am at the time of this live stream is I'm thinking I'm going to either try to see how difficult it's going to be to push to 100 without kind of the story feeding me that experience, and I'll either release a Pictomancer primer for everybody to kind of jump in and play around with, or I'll release the full guide if I can get to 100 fairly easy, meaning by Monday or Tuesday at the latest. And for those who are curious, this is being live streamed here on Saturday. So I think we're making decent progress, but I know that that's going to slow down a bit as Pictomancer is a DPS class, as people are enjoying Viper and Picto. Obviously that makes healers and tanks high in demand. So if you are looking to level a healer or a tank, well, now's the time. You're going to get so many perks and benefits from taking advantage of that. Now, that's something I might do as well. I'm currently only committing to making the controller guides for Pictomancer and Viper, but with the we'll see how I feel after that. I'm looking forward to it. Now, I like to run my live streams like a mini podcast, meaning you guys can come hang out and voice chat. Top link in the description will get you in the Discord. It's absolutely free to do so if you want to come join in and hang out. We'll be talking about the game, life, and all kinds of good stuff. So yeah, if you're watching this as a VOD, thank you so much for being here. You're amazing. Sound off in the comment with VOD Squad. I love seeing you guys over here on the channel. And yeah, guys, that's gonna get us into it. Let me go ahead and bring in our illustrious Discord chat. We got Bot hanging out here already. He's muted right now, but we'll see if he chimes in. And we are currently in queue of 764 on the server. It feels like it's getting updated fairly quickly, so I don't necessarily think it's going to take all that much longer to be able to step into the game, but still, it is launch, and thus you have those queue times kicking up and really just making you sit around and wait. I tried to get in earlier to go and just kind of log in and kind of wait in queue, but it just didn't work out today. Today was pretty wild. We had Annie's birthday party today. Her birthday's officially in July, but we wanted to try to get her connected with her classmates, and so we did that. And then it was like, it's the Texas heat, right? Like we are in that, you know, that blanket of of humidity and heat. And so after that I was just wiped out. I was just absolutely just woo, you know, like where you have that you just want to go like soak in a bucket of ice for a while. And so that's kind of been the day. It's been fairly low key, low stress. Yeah, and so I don't know how long the stream's gonna go. I would estimate maybe about a 2-hour stream if you are wanting to hang out for that entire time, or you're watching this VOD and you're just like, all right, I just want to listen to something. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to hang out with you guys today. Yeah, that's all the preamble that I ultimately have. And I guess now I could just kind of think about what I'm looking forward to here in 2024 with what we were dubbing the summer of MMO RPGs, now turning into the year of the MMO. And actually that gives me an interesting idea. Hey Bot, I hear you now. What's up, dude?
What's up, man?
How you going? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I did play the first mission of Viper. Pretty amazing.
Of what?
Viper.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so you got the job unlocked and you like it?
Yeah, I like it. I want to hand in my ninja, get his hands on it, or her get her hands on it, because it's just the same armor, so it's just like changing weapons only.
Yeah.
so to make it more easier on me not to fly over the class. And I heard you talking about Q time with Thunder against in the drink. It's like 10 o'clock over here.
Yeah.
And so one of my characters, I currently right now can't get out of the world I went to. So I went to another server world because I wanted to log in real quickly.
Yeah.
And I have this long queue time as you're going through right now. Yeah, I saw it already. It's like in the three. It's like in the 3,000s already.
Yeah.
Damn. So yeah.
Oh,
so,
you're in the 3K. Yeah, it just started off with like 1,300, which is I was like, oh, that's not horrible. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but my character's currently stuck in this other world, and I can't leave because because the queue and all that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly.
Thanks, so.
Gotta stick it out.
Yeah, which I do say if you're tired of waiting on the queue, you could always transfer to another world.
Yeah.
And you'd have to get that character back into your world eventually. And all that.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. So you don't want to wait it will take at least 30 to maybe an hour before you can get through.
Yeah.
If your queue time's not that long, then I think it'll be fine.
Cool.
But if it gets ridiculously too long, then you can transfer to another world.
Mm-hmm.
But your only problem is you can't go back to the other world for a long time. So
what do you mean? They put in some kind of cooldown period or?
No, it's like so when I try to return back to my home world, it just wouldn't let me. It would say it said unavailable for to transfer to my my home worlds.
Yeah.
At this time or something, I couldn't go back to my home worlds and all that. What's the queue time over here is so freaking short.
Yeah.
So
I've heard many people, they were like, I'm just going to be on Dynamis for a little bit, or I'm going to be on this data center during the expansion, so you don't have to have that wait time, which is honestly really quite smart, because for the most part, this, the story is what drives you through the base game before you're like, okay, now let's talk about multiplayer, and once that kind of hype has subsided, that's gonna be great. Now I'm gonna mute here for a second, because what I have an idea. I was like, there's been a video I've been sent many times, and since we have a little bit of time before it lets me in, I'm gonna go and do a live reaction to it. So MMO Byte put out a video called Blue Protocol Isn't Coming. So I'm gonna pop this in. I'm gonna into the screen here actually right now, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna mute you for a little bit so I can do a reaction to this, and then we'll go from there. So I'll see you in just a second, sir. All right, now let me go ahead and adjust the volume mixer, because I think I need a lower Final Fantasy in this case. Let's see, can I do Final Fantasy Direct? Let's see here. System sounds, yeah, I got that down. Discord. Oh, here's Final Fantasy 14. Can I send this to a different... I'm gonna send this to the music channel. There we go. Okay, cool. And if I do this, there we go. Check it out. There we go. Check it out. Way to go. Windows being cool and whatnot. All right, let's see here. What's going on, Moth? What's going on? How y'all doing over there? You're max 30? What is max 30? While I'm here, I'm sitting on a queue of 11. Oh, okay. Well, that's not bad. What server are you on? Oh, this isn't a bad queue. If anybody remembers Endwalker, I was getting picked on. All right, let me go ahead and drop this, but let me make sure I can still hear him. Ba-ba-bow. Ba-ba-bow. Hitting record. Do. All right, I think it's working. And if it's not, we'll just grab it off of the stream later in that regards. You're in the EU? Nice. Oh, light. Cool. I'm going to hit play and just make sure the audio shows up.
I've been hyping up.
Perfect. All right, we're gonna have some fun. I've been wanting to watch this. I just have been so busy that I haven't had to get around to it, and I thought it'd be great to sit down today, do a live reaction with it regarding the MMO Byte, and give you guys my thoughts, especially as it relates to Blue Protocol, and so much more. So Let me go ahead and just, I guess, do an introduction. If that was if that wasn't a good enough one, I don't know. All right. Well, one second. Retake. Yeah, filming it live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Blue Protocol video. Now, in today's video, I have been asked to react to this video by MMO Byte. If we go ahead and just show you guys the name, it's Blue Protocol Isn't Coming. Now, the last video that I produced here on the channel was about the release date and why we haven't been hearing much about it. Now, I'm speculating, obviously, November is the most first choice that could come when the game could be released, but with this year alone, launching a new IP in November or December, especially with the financials, especially with the reception of Blue Protocol in Japan, it might just make more sense to let it roll into January or February. And that's what that video was about. But shortly after that video got posted, MMO Byte has posted his video called Blue Protocol Isn't Coming. I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is hyperbolic to a degree, as we are both YouTube content creators. And I actually really do like MMO Byte. He's come on the podcast. Really awesome dude. And but you can see clearly from his thumbnails and more, there is a pattern to be had. Let's see what he has to say about Blue Protocol Isn't Coming anymore.
I've been hyping up Blue Protocol for longer than pretty much any other content creator out there, yet in light of
not true
recent events, it turns out we might never see the global version of the game. There are two articles I want to go over here. The first one is from Massively OP. Blue Protocol's fate up in the air after Bandai Namco Online declares insolvency. The second, Blue Protocol may never have a global version. Massively OP goes on to state that it's probably wise for us to severely ratchet down any expectations or hopes of seeing a triumphant release of Blue Protocol in the year 2024. At this point, the signs aren't good for the MMORPG, as Bandai Namco Online declared itself to be in a state of insolvency due to massive revenue losses. And if you're upset that you might never have the opportunity to play Blue Protocol globally, then don't worry, I have a video coming 2 days from today featuring another anime MMO that has very recently had their global version confirmed and has now populated their website with tons of information that we can look forward to potentially filling the void that Blue Protocol is going to leave us. Bandai Namco Online, the subsidiary of Bandai Namco Games.
I'm not saying he's sponsored for that video that he's promoting, but that sounds very sponsor driven, but we'll see.
Reported a loss of over $51 million for the previous fiscal year, with its money pit growing deeper by the month. Because of increasing negative net income, the studio itself is unable to pay its debts. Bandai Namco Online also publishes Idolish 7, Gundam Tribe, Gundam Evolution, and SD Gundam Operation, multiple of which have all been pretty much critical failures. The news follows the word earlier this year that Blue Protocol's performance in Japan significantly fell short, which I covered at the time, of the studio's expectations after its release last year. However, the company attribute most of its deficits to its failure to replicate Elden Ring's success, which you can't have monolithic hit after monolithic hit. You're gonna have some failures. This is totally to be expected. Having two enormous hits like Elden Ring, though, within a small time frame, though, is just an expectation that you should not have, because it is ridiculously unlikely.
Well, it's also ridiculously unlikely due to the nature of MMOs. If you guys heard me say it once, you've probably heard me say it 1,000 times. I have seen, when you look at MMOs at a kind of the macro level, like when we break them all down, people are still playing and enthralled with their 15-year-old MMOs. Tonight we're playing Final Fantasy XIV again, for example, and then you see World of Warcraft with their latest expansion and players and 7 million plus, subscribers to that epic saga that is that World of Warcraft. That all being said, new MMOs that have come out have all struggled. There is no utopian MMO out there, meaning there is no MMO that is going to be everything that you wish or hype it up to be, and thus it's going to fall under the same rules that every other game that has come out that does not have that nostalgia or have that baked in community ready to go and tough it out through those tough times. So what you tend to see is honestly, I've been saying, why aren't all MMOs just doing this? You tend to see MMOs kind of having a 3-year early access period before around year 3, when all of a sudden the game kind of turns a corner. It's going to be interesting to see if that plays out with New World over the course of this and next year. Next year being the most critical year, I think, for them in this case, because you really don't get a second chance at an introduction, with the exception that every MMO expansion is always that new introduction to the game, the Ship of Theseus model, essentially, in real time. But that all being said, I think that the value of Blue Protocol not coming out this year, and if they continue to invest in that game, then we could end up seeing a better product that, just like we saw with Lost Ark. And you might be, well, Lost Ark's not having the same numbers that it had when it launched. No game does. Like, the exception is that a game continues to grow. The exception is the Fortnite and the World of Warcraft of the gaming world. That is the exception. The general rule is you're going to have a game. It's going to have, population ebbs and flows, and you're going to lose the biggest chunk of your population right out of the gate, because people want to go and play the next thing and the next thing. Hype does not represent a real, I guess, community. But I do think, from a financial perspective, some key aspects of them leaning into the free-to-play model, them going into these, kind of gotcha mechanics, they see it working for others. I would have rather and preferred them launch as a buy-to-play model, personally speaking, and then from there you can have different types of monetization. But I think there's just a fatigue that we've seen with MMORPGs, with games as a service, and we're also seeing kind of the rise of AAA. And last year alone, being that there was just like I don't think even was Elden Ring last year. I just recently been playing it, and it's so good. But you see like Elden Ring, you see Baldur's Gate 3, you see Final Fantasy 16, you see like these big games coming out, and it has taken a lot of people away from their kind of more, safe, subscription, kind of model, or the games as a service model in whole. Anyway, we'll let Byte continue.
Protocol just celebrated its first birthday in Japan with packed plans for the future, though it's not at all clear whether they will come to fruition. A new Western release date or window for the anime MMO has not been set, and as we've been noting, Amazon Games, which was originally set to publish the game here in the West, has begun leaving mention of the game off of its corporate press releases. Plus, Bamco backed out of showing its games at SGF earlier this month. Do not hold your breath for this one.
I'd be worried if it said like out of like its like meetings and and whatnot, but corporate press release, it doesn't necessarily, if it's not ready to start being hyped. And when you look at this year alone, I was like, yeah, I think you would launch and you'd get forgotten. And then if you go and you release this in January or February, with all the like bells and whistles and marketing behind it, because again, you got from Amazon alone, New World in October, Throne of Liberty in September, World of Warcraft is in Amazon, but it's in August. You got Final Fantasy 14 in July. Like, these are established games that will keep people busy, and what you want is them to kind of get a little bit tired of that game and be looking for something else, and Blue Protocol could be positioned really well with that based off of what we're seeing here.
It's also worth noting here that Korea has delayed indefinitely their release of Blue Protocol. Smilegate decided they were just going to push it back with no confirmed release date anymore. Amazon have not addressed anything pertaining to the game at all this year. And according to Massively OP, while they have decided to open a new studio in Romania to support ambitious long-term roadmaps, they go on to state the new studio supports Amazon Games' vision of developing and publishing games that foster a community in and around its games. The expanding portfolio from Amazon Games includes 2 launched live service games, New World and Lost Ark, announced projects, and this is where things get a little bit concerning. Announced projects include Tomb Raider, The Lord of the Rings, and Throne and Liberty, as well as unannounced projects from our San Diego and Montreal studios and the independent studio Glowmade in the UK. Blue Protocol is not an unannounced project, yet in spite of this, was for whatever reason not included in their list of games that are in development or games that are going to be published by them. Very concerning, especially given Throne and Liberty is included here. And if I'm being entirely honest, Throne and Liberty is by far the inferior game of the two. Before we get into Gamer Brave's article, I want to take a moment to thank my incredible patrons over on Patreon who allow for me to continue to do dedicated videos like this every single day. You guys are absolutely incredible, and I cannot thank you all enough for the support. Now let's keep talking. Gamer Braves goes on to state that the game may never see a release as developer has declared insolvency. We haven't heard anything from Blue Protocol since back in November 2023. That was a blog post about the closure of the closed beta test. There might be hope for the game yet, as the mobile version that Tencent secured the rights to publish last year.
Ooh, mobile. God, that's the thing also even with Throne to Liberty that people brought up and reference to, where it's like, yeah, we might see them do some kind of mobile stuff there. Oh man, like I don't know what it is. I know it's popular, but for me, and maybe it's my age or whatnot, I just cannot get into mobile games. I guess when it's all said and done, like I want to just put my phone down at the end of the day and not like endlessly scroll or play a game on it. If I wasn't play a game, I'm fire up the Xbox or fire up GeForce Now or something like that. It's interesting because they did mention Throne of Liberty, obviously Lost Ark. Those are two games developed by other studios but published by Amazon. I think what we're seeing here is this is more signs that Blue Protocol is not going to make a 2024 release, which is shocking considering the game has been out in Japan for a year. But I think what that means is that based off of the data and the numbers that they're getting, they realize there is still plenty more work to do, and they want to have the best foot forward in for the global version that they can. But obviously time will tell, and if they do back out of that game, that would be wild, because like I played it in Japan, it was great. It was crazy that they have such an effort to keep people out from playing it in Japan. So we're gonna have to wait and hope and see what happens with it.
Is still in active development. This might be Bandai Namco's last hope for the game to push out the mobile version that Tencent will no doubt want to release globally, so we can get a cheap, half-assed mobile version of Blue Protocol that we can play on our phones and immediately delete following the disappointment, the immeasurable disappointment that we're no doubt going to suffer. Blue Protocol was released back in June 2023. A Western version of the game was confirmed, however, it was reportedly delayed until 2024. I covered that delay. I've actually covered every single delay that we have gone through, of which there have been numerous. Amazon has the publishing rights for the game as well as Throne and Liberty, another title that they have been releasing press releases on, but there have been no mentions of Blue Protocol in recent news. There was an update about the game in a recent live stream from the developers. They talked about the new chapter in the main story, the new region, the new level cap increase, and new passive abilities for each class available in Blue Protocol. The suspected reason we will not get a global release for Blue Protocol is because they've been experiencing heavy financial loss in the past fiscal year, as reported by Automaton.
But wouldn't then the global release help offset the financial aspect, being that I guess that just depends on the deal that they've struck with Amazon? But yeah, it just seems that if there was that financial and they want to push into mobile, like it also would make sense that they would want to just go ahead and push into global, even if it was just a cash grab, right? We've seen that happen with various different MMOs over the last, couple years prior, where they just kind of come in, they get a lot of hype, they get the player base, they get the buy-in, and then, then they're done, So obviously lots of risk there. I would think that if it was such a cash issue, the game's already translated. It's like Amazon could publish Blue Protocol today. It's running great on the servers. It, like lots of positivity for that here in the West. But I think you're looking at also, do you throw it to the wolves? Do you put a new IP in with a gauntlet of established IP that no matter how many times you're mad at a game that you've put thousands and thousands of hours into, new expansion. All right, I'm going to go check it out. Right. That is, like, if we're honest with ourselves as gamers, we got to understand that we are addicted and we get into that hype cycle, and that ends up, kind of helping. And when we do step away from the games that we've got thousands and thousands of hours in, the longer that goes, you already have that predisposure. You already are like, you have that break that heals that frustration that you have with the core game, and thus you can go in and experience it again and be excited about it for a short period of time. And then that cycle rinses and repeats. And the most successful games as a service model we see that has that yearly kind of expansion, like the Destiny in a way, like where it's like, at least if nothing else, once a year, you could be very frustrated with the game, new expansion. Okay, cool. Gets that excitement going. And then you can get frustrated. You can step away. You can play it. It's up to you.
This is very disappointing to hear and is no doubt going to continue to get worse. It does not seem like the West is going to necessarily save Blue Protocol. It doesn't seem like the West is going to save Throne and Liberty either, but at the very least we'll be able to get a gauge of how good or bad Throne and Liberty is for ourselves. Whereas with the case of Blue Protocol and Bandai Namco, they might just scrap the idea of a worldwide release entirely, given South Korea is already essentially pulled out. Amazon have decided for whatever reason to not include mention of it anywhere anymore, and the game has been failing horribly within Japan, just like Throne and Liberty has been failing terribly in Korea. Now this is oh man, like goddamn. Why we're struggling so deeply to have any semblance of quality in the MMO genre anymore. You have like WoW, Guild,
because people don't support it. Like at the end of the day, like the things that people say they want, they don't show up for, because we've seen how World of Warcraft with the subscription model, you saw people trying to replicate that, but people were like, wait, why would I leave my game that I'm already subscribed to go play this other game that's similar or and whatnot? And it turns out, just like with cell phones and with digital, kind of video games, you kind of get locked into these ecosystems, and because you do, it becomes harder to leave. And so it is, in a way, MMORPGs are cursed with that. And that's why you see the ones that tend to actually start to get any kind of traction, they have to go through like this 3-year of hell kind of thing, which in my mind goes, well, we should probably just maybe shift how MMOs are released and go with an early access model and then essentially a full release, because that's what we're going to get anyway. But from a marketing and, hype perspective, we'll see. Now, PAX Day is doing that right now. Ultimately, we'll see if that ends up being a success. I'm having a lot of fun with that game. It's wild what they let you do. But yeah, like there's a pattern here. And I think if you're really honest with it intellectually, you will see that there's a pattern. And the ones who truly die or truly go away are the ones that the devs give up on. Obviously there's financial things, and that's why I'm not a fan of the free-to-play model. I think it encourages, it has to have so many more players to offset those who are willing to pay. And honestly, what I would do if I was Amazon in this case, I would say for the global release, we're going to release it as a buy-to-play. We're not releasing this as a free-to-play, game. We're going to release this as a buy-to-play. Even if it was just $20, I think they could definitely get a lot of buy-in. And if nothing else, enough financials to kind of really offset it. Now, Moth Eternal in chat says, I think Amazon pulled the plug on them because they were running for Throne. They had a horrible plan of publishing 2 MMOs, and they didn't know which one was coming out and when they wanted to delay Blue Protocol because Throne was going to release. But then they got delayed and they changed the combat system and all of that stuff. Yeah, like from a times table perspective, Blue Protocol was supposed to be 6 months behind the Japanese version. And from everything I've heard from those who got to play also in the confidential test, like the game was pretty much ready to rock and roll. I think it ends up being that there's been some changes. Yes. If they cancel Blue Protocol at this point, it just seems like a big waste. And I get that the channel is named Blue Protocol Central, but I think it just is a big waste because they have, I think, something really cool. I think they have something that is really a lot of fun. I've enjoyed it. Could it be better? Yeah. Make it better and put that time in. Now, what will happen? Who knows, right? The industry is in a constant state of flux. I think if nothing else, I like the company being insolvent, the company, having these struggles doesn't necessarily concern me. Because essentially if there's value in that company, somebody can come in and maybe that's the shakeup that they need. New management, new leadership, and a new plan. And a part of that plan is releasing games, not letting games that people want to play, especially on a global perspective, shift. I get that the mood and the energy is down around the game right now because nobody can maintain this hype throughout all of it. But we'll let Bite finish here.
Guild Wars 2, Final Fantasy 14, maybe Black Desert, maybe the Elder Scrolls Online. Every other game sucks. It's just okay. Maybe Albion Online, RuneScape are two games that I omitted there, but like the vast majority of MMOs that are coming out suck, and it is sad to see. Regardless, if this is not the topic of any interest to you, absolutely no problem.
All right, great. Thank you so much, Bite. Guys, thank you so much for joining me for this live reaction. I'll have a link to Bite's video in the description for you if you want to go watch it for yourself. I do think it's a lot of hyperbole, if you will, right now, namely because it is just going to be a function of time. If they do decide to release this game this year, November seems like the most logical point where that could happen because you don't want to release in December. However, November is also tough. Lots of games are going to be coming out. Your yearly, kind of, games are going to be coming out. And so it's going to be something where I do think that it is probably in their best interest, especially with all what we've kind of learned here, is that not to not release the game, but to bring it out maybe early next year when competition is much less fierce. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. We're going to keep going with this live stream as we finally got into the Final Fantasy 14 servers, leveling up Pictomancer, and so much more. Thank you so much for joining me for the video VOD of this. You are truly great. Thank you so much to the channel members. Thank you so much for being subscribed. If you enjoy this kind of content, hit that like button, come back and check out more content. I think our subscriber numbers, it's like 3 to 5% here on Blue Protocol Central are subscribed to the channel. So if I've earned your subscription, sound off in the comments below so I can officially welcome you. And without further ado, guys, that is it for today, and hopefully I'll see you next time. But until then, take care. All right, and for the rest of us, let me hit stop record, and let me turn up the music, and let me bring in my Discord chat. How y'all folks doing today? How y'all doing today? Hey, what's happening, man? How are you enjoying your Dawn Trail experience?
I would be loving it a lot more if my my Mikote didn't run out the door.
Oh no! Oh, you're like a real life cat?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, you're gonna have to like break this down for me.
yeah, no, my real life cat. Yeah, no, I went to go open up the door because apparently like my mom's over at my dad's house.
Yeah.
And she was saying that over there, like they got like a cool breeze and everything, and I'm like, man, like over here it's humid, and I'm warm and stuff like that. And I'm like, ugh. And so I went to go open the door to go see how the weather was, and as soon as I opened the door, he snuck out.
Oh, no.
So I was in game, and it booted me. So now I'm in 1040 Q.
1,000? Okay, yeah. I was at a 1,300 around 8:30. It took me about 45 minutes to get in, so I did that reaction because I was like, well, what are we going to talk about? Like, this is something I've been wanting to see. See here, BP.
Well, in my opinion, compared to you guys' queues, you guys are lucky because the next time I looked at the queue, it was at 3,000.
Oh wow, 3,000 is quite substantial. That's a
good old early access.
Good old early access, man. Getting people excited to play video games.
I mean, I can get on the server right away. I'm my other character because I bring him to another world. I already said already, and I can't get him out of the other world. So I'm perfectly fine in this world.
It dropped to 990.
Moss says the cat was like, "I'm out of here."
No, like I had to look for him because like we have strays that roam around, and I didn't want him going out there messing with the strays.
Yeah.
And plus we had fireworks going off over in my part of town, so it's like, thank God he was smart and he didn't run in the middle of the street.
One thing to say about what you said on the Twitch thing about the whole Blue Protocol.
Yeah.
in my opinion, what I think they should do as the last resort, if they're really feeling more than they want to, they should just allow the other players that they banned already, the global players, they should just unban them, and then they should tweet or make an announcement allowing every player to come over and play their game, so they have more people to play their game.
Well, chances are with the way how the queue's going right now, it's actually going pretty quick. But the thing is once early access is over, and like maybe within the first week or so, then they'll be able to open up the world transfer and all that other stuff when the game officially launches. So you'll have plenty of people. I was on the other, I was on earlier, and I know it's like it's nothing against parties that aren't looking to do like the new content and stuff like that. Like that's fine, but it's like I've seen like some groups, and I have no qualms with anybody who's doing it, but I seen groups in there that were still looking for stuff for like previous like old content.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, well, I understand wanting to play and paying to have Dawn Trail and stuff like that. Like I understand that 100%. But at the same time, it's like, isn't Elden Ring still out?
Yeah.
No, I'm joking. No, all the more power to everybody who wants to play. Seriously.
Yeah. Oh, all right, cool. I love that they updated the UI for the front lines. I was like, it looks much nicer, much cleaner. People, Eternal says people need to stop hugging their servers and move on to new ones. Dude, man, I don't think you could get me off of this server, right? Like one of the things, like from my perspective, especially as a content creator, is that when I tell people what server I'm on, like I'm not gonna server hop. So same thing with New World. Like if you transfer to my server, that's where I will be. You're not gonna be like, oh, I went and go play with somebody else. So, but I'm really hopeful, especially as future MMOs and kind of evolve, where we're like, let's get to the serverless structure. Let's get to the where you're just able to play, because all these little roadblocks, when trying to get in and play a video game, like I don't think they would work for a modern game. If you try to log in and right now you're like, why am I waiting to play? I could just go play, something else. That's at least that's my view.
Yep.
So then,
sorry to interrupt, but Brian, did you get a chance to check out any of the old dungeons?
No.
I got Crystal Tower as a 24-man. I think it was either earlier today or yesterday.
Okay.
And I don't know, my days are all combining together, but the graphics overhaul and everything else, like you can really tell the difference with base Crystal Tower. Like it's like I was blown away at how much it's actually like the visuals of it look.
Yeah,
now.
I need to. I've gotten Weeping City of Mock twice.
Yeah, like I really didn't notice it too much with the like some of the Heavensward stuff, but ARR, I definitely noticed it. But then again, I've only seen maybe 1 or 2 dungeons.
Oh, that got me. Just like how Liza P devs caved in and really nerfed the game bosses. Oh, I didn't know they did that. I'm enjoying my Elden Ring. I'm enjoying Elden Ring. I think
one thing, Brian. So let's say that the queue you had, right? Let's say it was higher. Would you say the same thing? You would sit there for 1 to 2 hours before you can get.
I don't sit. I go do something else. Like the queue times for me are just where like, okay, I'm gonna wait till the game. The game says I'll be able to play in, 2 hours. Great, I'll be back in 2 hours. It's like, but I'll let myself sit in queue because I got other things that I need to do. So
Well, also Square said also, like, it says, like, if the world's currently full and there's a player in queue thing and you don't notice it, like, ticking down, like, they gave us fair warning in advance that even if you don't notice it ticking down, it's still ticking down. Like, so they said, just don't leave out of it if you get into it, because, like, you'll be put back to the end of the line if you do.
Yeah. And the adders are taking a strong lead on this one, guys.
So,
I got oh, sorry, go ahead.
So far, Brian, how do you like the new classes, Viper and Pink?
I haven't played Viper yet, but I like Picto a lot. Picto feels like the better version of Black Mage that I wish Black Mage was.
Viper reminds me if you took like Ninja and combined it with Monk. That's the way that it feels like to me, like old Monk.
There we go, got him.
Where, because it's like you hit one button and then you get like a different billion things lighting up at the same time.
Yeah, I know, because I played Ninja, and I went ahead and I got my hands on Viper for my Ninja class, or for my character on Ninja, so it's easier because I'm using the same gear, so all I do is switch the weapon and that's it. My gear will just stay on there when I switch classes. You know, that's pretty simple, so I just thought, why not?
Yeah, I actually got mine to 90 today, so...
How you did for my...
I love it at 90. Like, I like it before, but, like, at 90, like, it starts to shine. Like, you start to be able to do, like, a little bit of combos. You still can't do, like, the big burst combo thing. Because
5 over 1.
The level 1. I think that's the level 100 ability.
For Picto?
No, for Viper.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Yeah, I know what you mean, because I was playing Viper on PP, and sometimes I would I would get a blue freaking. My entire character would like turn blue, or I would like a blue power up or something when I went to my high ability for PP. It was pretty interesting playing Viper in PP too.
Oh man, I got some. I played actually. Today was the first day I played it in PvP, and because I played Picto in PvP yesterday, and that was really fun. And when I played Viper, I was like, I don't know. I think Viper's kit is. I don't want to say it, but I think it's too good for PvP.
Yeah. Oh yeah, trust me, because I think at a certain point, it took like 5 guys just to kill me. Yeah. So.
Because when you activate that blue ability thing for your limit break or whatever it is, it's like you just mow through people, and then you have an ability that puts your character stand still, but you take like reduced damage and you negate, or not negate, but like you cut like the status effects by a certain amount, and then you can just freely pop out of it and counterattack with it at any point. And I'm just like, I think that's a little too good, especially when you have all the other shields and heals going on with PvP.
Yeah.
But I do gotta get my button layout better though for Viper though, because like right now it's like I press one button and I'm like fiddling all over my controller trying to figure out where all the, what the next button is.
Yeah, it's the same for me, maybe.
Like, where's the comfort?
Yeah, because I'm not gonna lie, because you know, some things are just like somewhere else. Like some attacks are like in a different slot area and all that.
Man,
for
we
PvP.
rallied.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, and also, this is just a PSA if you are live streaming, Brian.
Yeah, we're live.
So there's just a PSA. I did get confirmation that for anybody that's worried about their for anybody that's worried about their physical collector's edition, it is being shipped out. I got confirmation from it on my email, but my email that they confirmed it in was in my promotions tab on my Gmail.
Okay.
So it could be in promotions, it could be in junk, spam, just check, because the first initial one where they said that they shipped out the thing, it was in my inbox, and then the next one was in my promotions. So I was just like, okay. But yeah, they did say that they were shipping them out, so chances are, because there's no, unless USPS is gonna deliver on a Sunday, which I really doubt, chances are earliest would probably be Monday that people will probably start getting them.
Oh, are you taking with the collector edition for contract?
The physical collectors, yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I didn't buy that. I bought the $60 one and all that.
Yeah, there's only been one edition of the collectors that I haven't gotten. Like, I have the collectors of 1.0, I have the collectors of 2. I think it's because I took a break from A Realm Reborn in between A Realm Reborn and Stormblood, and like, so that whole Heavensward thing, like I came back at the end of Heavensward and played through Stormblood and then till current. So, and I have all the rest of the collector's editions, so
But talking about the digital collector edition, I was curious to find them out, but then another friend told me that the mod doesn't apply to the early access, so it'll come out in July too.
I was gonna say, thanks for sort of reminding me about pre-order stuff, because actually I have to register my code for my Mountain Zoo mount.
Mountain Zoo mount.
Oh yeah, I actually got it. And to be honest, it's okay, it's all right. But it's like, talking about that. Hey, Brian.
Yo.
Do you right now, I'm sure if you know all that, but you live in America, like where you can actually redeem the code?
I guess.
Like,
I do live in America. But
so,
as
like,
far as
if I give you like 5 codes to or I give you like 5 bottle cap codes, and you make your own accounts, and then you go on there, and then you log in, and then you redeem those codes, and then you redeem them out.
if you want to send me codes, like I can give it a shot, but I was like, I'm just not interested in collecting a zoo mount, a mountain zoo mount.
You're not interested? Okay.
Yeah, I'm just if you gave them to me, I would see what steps need to be done, and I would do it. It wouldn't go to waste, but I don't feel like you need to send me that, because again, I'm like, meh. Like I'm probably a little still upset that they had the eating pizza emote, and I did that, and I never got it, and I was like, what the hell, all right, fine. So I'm just like, yeah, it seems I'm not gonna worry about it.
Rather, I don't have enough for the mail anyway. I just checked how much I had. I don't have 5 casts, but it's 600 points, so whatever. So, but I mean, I was gonna offer, because why not? I mean, you're not a soda person, so
yeah. One day maybe I'll have some soda back in my life.
Yeah. Well, then again,
There we go. Victory, baby. Sweet Action Jackson. Level 91. Level 91. Fantastic. All right, let's see here. the raids give any good stuff? I'm gonna do a normal raid roulette and see what that 18 minutes. Frick that.
Yeah, so actually what I was doing earlier, Brian, I thought it was I posted in the game earlier, but I think you logged out before or you had to go. But even with trust, like running with trust is actually faster than waiting for the queue time right now. So I actually ran with trust, and I think I forget which I was running. I ran Catesis at 88, and I got like 8 million experience points.
What dungeon's that?
Catesis Hyperbarrera. The level 80, I think it's like level 86 or 88 or something.
Oh yeah,
like that.
okay, yeah, 87.
And then what I usually do in that thing is like I'll let the NPCs get the whoever the tank NPC is, like grab the threat.
Okay.
And then I'll run ahead, and if there's another pack, I'll grab the pack and I'll run back, and then they'll usually pick it up. But with that one, it's nice because you can run ahead and then they just warp to you.
That's interesting. So you're saying that as NPCs, you can, as you're a different class, if you're a tank, you can have them take the enemies, and then you can they'll spawn on you when you walk too far away.
Yep. Yeah. So they so it's only with the ones that do the trust or the I forget what they call it, the duty, whatever you want to call it, where it gives you the default play or the default NPCs for that dungeon.
Okay.
Duty finder and all that.
So yeah. So that's what I did. I ran through it real quickly, and I was just like, all right. I'm like, but I didn't go like too far ahead of like the NPCs. Like I tried not to like run too far ahead.
Yeah.
I have too many emails from Square Enix. I'm trying to find it. I have like 100 different emails.
Actions trades here. Hammer stamp. Get some feedback on, I think, on your mic. Heads up.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's my fan.
It's your cat. Let's go check out this other fate. This might not be the right zone for me at 90 to run. All right, perfect. I have a bunch of side quests that I can be working on too. That's not a bad plan, actually. Like,
I was gonna say the Pixies still reward a decent amount of EXP as well, also.
oh yeah, it's a good call. Probably. Well, that's the thing that, like, in Thavnir, like, they have the zone that's kind of broken up in twice, so it ends up being where it's like, oh yeah, you can you have higher level, fates with lower level, meaning you got something you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I like that they added that symbol for what kind of damage is being applied. That's definitely much better. Oh, I guess we got a boss guy.
Down to 324.
Alright, you guys have a good one. I'm gonna get off for a bit.
I don't know. You have a good
Alright.
night, sir.
Alright, you'll have a good one.
You too, dude.
Yep. Yeah, I gotta call an HVAC person out on Monday probably.
Oh no, dude, that sucks.
Yeah, I heard a noise coming from my laundry room. I wasn't sure what it was. I was just like, oh, I'm like, what's my kit getting into now?
Mm-hmm.
And then I walk into the thing, and there's an issue with my air conditioner where it doesn't drain properly. So I have to call them for they can hopefully come out and re-drain the thing.
Yeah.
So, because I put it on earlier and it there was a little bit of a leak coming out from it. So I was like, that's not good.
Nope, that is not a good. That's not what you want.
I think it'd be funny if Yoshi would be like, "Oh, you have a really long queue? We'll just put it in the thing. Go watch a movie or read a book."
Did you know? There's endless amounts of entertainment. We partnered up with Hulu.
Yeah, that would be funny. Because I remember, what was it? Wasn't it like? I think it was like Nintendo or some, I forget which company it was, but there was some game and they're like, don't forget to go outside.
Yeah. Like, please. Creature, weapon, landscape. Starry Muse, 122nd recast. What's up, Jace? You're really making progress on reading the Bible through with the cues, though? Imagine if I had done that during Walker. Dude, that's funny. Like, I started on that goal a lot, and then it's like, I end up like, oh, you know, like, oh, man. Remember when you were, yeah. Let's see here. Got all that. And then Star Prism at 100. Rainbow Drip at 92, which is coming up. Let's see here. Trying to think. I want.
I was gonna say, have you gotten a chance to check out any of the new areas yet, Brian?
No, I can't go into the new areas until I officially hit my below 210 pound goal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's when I will actually do story and whatnot. And I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna level up, and you know, I think I want to put out the Pictomancer controller guide and the Viper controller guide. And so I was like, yeah, I'll do that. That sounds like fun, you know. And then I was like, okay, so just got a level. So doing you know, daily stuff, Bosches, you know, all that good stuff. All right,
Yeah.
so I got that.
All I can say is, I'm just gonna say one thing: Sulkin has not lost his touch.
That's good. Actions.
Oh man, waiting to get back into the game is like watching paint dry.
Oh, with the with the cues.
Yeah, I'm at 275, so that's getting there.
Yeah. Trying to think. 10,000 in queue, Dr. Caden? It took me, I was at 13. It took me roughly about 45 minutes at 13. We got Thapner. We'll also do our dailies. Road Drip, Star Prism, Manga the Ages. Manga the Ages. Yeah, I had to spend some time today. I think I still have a little bit inventory management to do. It's like, gotta clean up a lot of stuff.
No, same here.
I was like, all right, cool.
Like I've already cleaned up a lot of stuff, and there's still more that I need to do.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I could put all the parts and pieces I'm using for glam actually into my glam dresser. But no, I just carry it with me the entire time because I'm like, I don't want to run all the way back to go grab it.
Mm-hmm. All right, one down. That one's done. Let's see what this one's about up here. It says roll in waiting list number after 50. So it's like we're not even gonna tell you.
So I had one the other day. Hey, I'm back in.
Yay.
So I had one the other day where it was I was queued for trying to find a dungeon, and literally I could not get past like number 4, and the queue thing would not like pop up.
Oh man.
I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, yeah, 4 usually you can find a group if there's like your number 4 in the queue or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And like it just wasn't popping. I was just like, this is weird.
One of the things I have to say, I really enjoyed, it's that little pitch that whenever you're like flying and you kind of turn.
Oh, the tilt, the mount tilt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think it's a nice touch.
it is. I'm actually surprised they managed to put a Z-axis on that. Like, at least I think it's a Z-axis. That's what it feels like to, honestly, though. To me, if that's what it feels like.
All right, that's done. There's a wait over here. Let's see when he's doing it. It needs me to level sync.
Oh, I really hope they're not doing that again.
Doing what?
So I know you're not in the new areas, but I remember when, I think it was like when Endwalker came out or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
It might have been Shadowbringers as well also. But there are blue quests that are hidden behind like yellow quest.
Oh yeah. I think that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I wish this guy would attack. Yeah, I'm doing the same thing. On sync for a second. I don't know if I feel like the AoE nature of the spells as much. I don't, on this one, like it doesn't seem like it has a lot of splash damage to it, but I could just be missing it.
For which spell is it?
For Picto, like on their, like they have the two spells which are AoEs.
Oh, I think you can throw the holy in there as well. Also, I think that's automatically AOE.
Yeah, holy's auto AOE. So is comet.
Oh, I know you get more. I'm not sure the range, but I definitely know you do get more if you're in your well, what do you call it? Like that special paint thing where it allows you to use the ice, earth, etc.
Yeah, the see, it's subtractive palette.
Yeah.
That does all those. More than 30 minutes. Might have to just level up a tank. Such a good chunk of experience still. Like, yeah. 1.1 mil. Pop, boom. Yeah. Alright, let's pull ourselves out of queue here because that's just not going to work. Let's swap. Let's see here. Let me pick on Paladin.
Yeah, I was trying out Black Mage after they said that they tried to like streamline it to make it more like user friendly.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely weird now.
Black Mage?
Yeah.
Goring
Well, I
Blade.
mean, like, even at 90 for like what they did with it, like, it's just weird because like you damage the enemy and you just gain back all your magic. I'm like, well, then, what's the point of the like mana font?
Yeah.
And then I read the tooltip, and I'm just like,
Oh, whoa, what's up? Angel, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in. Hello, everyone. Hopefully, how was your stream tonight? Let's see here. Clemency, Holy Spirit, Holy Circle. So what gives Goring Blade ready? Grants Atonement ready.
It's fight or flight.
Fight or flight. Grants Goring Blade ready. Okay, so is there a timer on the Goring Blade? 30 seconds. I have 30 seconds to execute it. Okay, cool. Oh, and it actually changes into Goring Blade. That is so nice. So let me just get rid of you. Good deal. Oh my gosh, the fact that it switches, that's so nice.
I wonder if Warriors thing automatically switches now, because I had to make a macro for it before.
Yeah, that's what I was doing before. Go out to Mist.
Or it's just like your
Thank you, Jace.
one big hit.
Yeah. Oh, you had a good stream until your Go XLR went and act up? Oh, man. Hopefully you didn't update, like, Windows. Like, whenever there's a Windows update, that's usually where I'm like, well, son of a gun. Now my audio settings are way off. One second. I'm back. Let's see here. All right, let's play around with the paladin here. If certain skills upgrade, I would appreciate that very much. No, so that's still like you have atonement here. So I can pop that there. Oh, cool. That's got a couple of abilities tied to it.
So, if I remember reading on the job thing, I don't know if it does like an auto switch on the thing. Like if it goes
doesn't, like, it like the That ability did it. The auto switch was nice.
I'm trying to think. What's the one where it's like you do your 1, 2, 3, and then you get that bonus? The name's drawing a blank on me right now. I'll just change the paladin real quickly and see.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it is Atonement. So Atonement, it's supposed to have 2 more follow-ups.
It does.
They changed the other 2 things so it doesn't look the same.
Yeah, it's they definitely looks better there. AOE side of it. Wish it was like these macros are. I'm like, what it was? What was it that you were? Put you right here. Yeah, I probably want to keep. Fight or flight. Action chain settings. Okay, so this means that it turns into that. So it's a skill that will upgrade. Sentinel. Guardian at 92. See, that just seems like it replaces it based off your level, but what this does is it literally is like, oh, you do A and then you do B. Didn't they add a setting to make it C and easier to click on the quest objective? I believe so. I'm gonna take the tank queue for leveling so I don't waste it.
I really wish that they would just take cover off of the gauge.
Yeah. That'd be nice.
That was the one thing I was hoping to see from the patch for when the thing was coming out, and I was just like, no, the one thing. The one thing that I wanted for Paladin.
Yeah. The only thing. So a brother's asked, am I planning on playing the First Descendant? Yeah, I actually really like the First Descendant. It's a fun game, so I'm looking forward to giving it a go. Is there a tank stand still? What's the tank stands? There it is. Okay, well, I'm going to do all that. Yeah, so that First Descendant drops on the 2nd. I've just been so busy with work. I'm just like, yeah, I'll play it. I really like. It's a fun game. I just, at the same time, it's like, are they gonna, NC soft it up, like where it's like, oh man, great game, horrible monetization. That's do I not have my shield lob? Shield lob, no longer existent, or
no, shield up still exists.
Okay. Probably what that macro was. I probably had something.
You probably didn't have shield lab intervene, did you?
I don't know. What was intervene?
Intervene's the rush 2.
Yeah, it could have been. Maybe that's what I had it as. So it's like, oh, shield lob or intervene or. Yeah, this was like when it got real back in Endwalker. It's like, whoa. Fudge. I guess Goring Blade no longer is a dot. It's like a big hit.
Yeah, I think majority of the tanks got rid of their, like, I mean, I guess Dark Knight and Gunbreaker still have it, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But Dark Knight's is that placed one. It's on the ground. And Gunbreakers, I think Gunbreaker has a similar thing, but I think it applies the dot. I think they might be just doing it to, because I think you have to have it in whatever the mercy ability is that they have. It's the same as flight or flight, where it boosts your attack. But then it makes the I think it's Sonic Break. They make it Sonic Break ready or something like that.
Yeah. there's like kind of that combo where you get that insta-cast for Holy. We've already gotten a decent amount of experience for this run. I'm curious to see how it all stacks up with the daily bonus.
Oh yeah, talking about daily bonus. I'm not sure, but for some reason the East in my time zone it starts at 11 o'clock.
Yeah, I was able to get it twice the other day.
So used to it being always like 9 and 10.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm down. What happens? It happens. All right.
Hey guys.
What's happening?
Hello?
Hey, can you hear me?
Ah, crap. What's wrong with my headset now?
I can hear him.
Oh no. Oh, wait a minute. Is it detect? Oh, it's doing the PS4 controller, isn't it?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I
Can
was
you hear
right
us?
in it.
There we go.
So I have a PS5 controller,
Yeah.
and so when I hook it up to my computer, I have to go into my sound settings on both Discord and the computer, so it sends the audio to my headset, not the controller.
Yep. I was like, yay.
That's what was going on.
How's it going, dude? Happy
Hi, how's it?
Saturday.
I have my computer fixed.
Woohoo!
I can play games again.
Woohoo!
Games were just CTDing on me, so I couldn't
Yeah.
play anything at all, and it was really, really making me upset because I went and picked up Persona 5 Royal because I picked it up before on my PlayStation, but
Yeah.
something came up. It was either Elden Ring or Cyberpunk or just something had picked up, and I dropped Persona 5, and I was really close to beating the game. And so Persona 5 is, only $30 because of Steam Summer Sale.
Ooh, I haven't played
Why
any
not?
of the Personas. I don't think I've got
They're
the $30
really
right
good
now.
JRPGs. They are
what I hear.
really good JRPGs. And so, yeah, I was just last night. The game just kept CTD. It CTD'd on me once. I had my coworker already planning to come over and take a look at my computer and see if we could figure it out. We cleaned it out so it's not as dusty anymore, because in the 2 years I owned it, I hadn't cleaned it out of dust. Bit of a problem. And then he also went through and did a bunch of software updates. So my chipset is fully up to date. My BIOS, which turns out my BIOS had not been updated since 2022.
Whew.
So yeah, kind of bad. That has now been updated to the most recent thing. So all of that stuff, compounded with the fact that we pulled out my graphics card and then reseated it, seems to have worked. Everything is working.
Good, dude.
Yeah. Now I just need to wait for Squeenix to fix their crap and get to where I can use my Visa debit card so I can buy Dawn Trail and get my subscription back.
Ooh, man, I don't know. Square Enix does some silly stuff.
Right? So I just got done doing a 5-hour play session of Persona 5 and saw you guys were in here, so come chat.
Oh, thanks, man.
Don't know how long you lot are sticking around for, but
for a little bit longer tonight. I'm running like 11.
I'll be out for a bit.
Yeah, I'm at 91 on Pictomancer, so but it is like 10:30, 10:40.
Are you starting the story yet, or are you gonna spend the 3 days just leveling up?
I can't start the story until I'm below 210 pounds.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that's quite the goal. Congrats.
Thanks. Yeah, so far, like, I mean, I'm down 70 to 80 pounds so far. And then I just have this.
What have you been doing?
Well, I mean, everything I was doing prior, where, like no sugar, low carb kind of, aspect. But we found one of the reasons why it was so hard for me to lose weight, and I was I had a hormone imbalance, so my testosterone was like way low, and so I've been on Clomid, which is a fertility drug that helps me naturally, stimulate,
reboot
my system.
your testosterone.
Yeah, which has been lovely.
I mean, it probably doesn't help that you were a ginger to begin with.
No, it doesn't.
Cheap shot, I know, but I had to make it.
I love it. Somebody has to.
Holy did I get all the trading cards? No, I'm still missing some, I think. No, I just got a double. Okay. But yeah, if you are a fan of like JRPGs that have not only a kind of pseudo dating real life sim thing in it,
Yeah.
Persona is definitely a series to at least dip a toe into. Just bear in mind, it took me 3 months to get to the point where I was almost done the game.
Mm-hmm.
On my PlayStation. So they are long games, and that is a big thing about the Persona games is they are long games.
Yeah.
I've only played 5 Royal. I didn't play 5 the base original 5,
Mm-hmm.
and I've not played 3 or 4. Even though I think was it 3 that came out not too long ago. I think 3 got a re-release. I know 4 did.
Yeah, 3 is a pure remake.
Yeah, Persona 3 Reload. Yeah. Funnily enough, it is not on sale.
Pictomancer. Much better weapon than the base. Oh goodness.
That's cool.
All right, let's see here. And what's my currency at? Oh, 555. Yeah, not enough to do the thing. All right, let's go to Zador and see what we can gather.
But yeah, no, I'm just enjoying the fact I can play games again.
Yeah, man. I'm happy for you.
Because I mean, I was able to play like Monster Hunter Frontier Z, the private server Monster Hunter game I was talking about. Same with Monster Hunter Stories 2. Like, I was able to get those two to work just fine. But nothing big could really play. I even gave Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora a shot. Found out that game is just horribly optimized. So, I didn't hold my computer against that one.
Well, I was glad I was able to help you out a little bit with whatever issue you
Yeah.
had.
Yeah, thanks, Clink. Yeah, your advice. And when I was talking to my coworker about that, he's like, yeah, no, all of that is also good advice. And yeah, I didn't have the actual computer repair tech friend, whose whole job is to do that at his job. So you were a very nice help as well.
Yeah, it's just I've built 3 computers, and this last my newest computer that I've built took me like 2 weeks. So that's why, like, I started. Normally I could build them faster than what I normally build this one, but this one I went with a smaller form factor build, so it's a little bit harder to get things to work properly.
Fair enough.
But I made the dumb mistake where it's like I had to have the power on the motherboard. I think I had it going left and right instead of it going up and down. So it's like I would turn my system on and it would instantly just reset. And I'm like, why is it not starting?
Yeah. So right now I'm just trying to find something else to play. Probably something other than an RPG. 5 hours of an RPG is kind of a tap out. I'm also going to manage my time way better this time.
Yeah.
Oh, in the game, you're given these time limits, and if you say you complete the dungeon within like the first day or the first 2 days of your 14 days, when you do that, the game will auto skip. There is no opportunity to say, no, I don't want to auto skip. The game will auto skip to the end of that. So you miss out on all of that time to build connections with your companions and get resources and build up your skills, stuff like that. You can't do that anymore because you've completed it, and so it just skips you forward ahead.
Yeah.
This time I'm gonna do a lot better.
So, Varen, I was gonna say, are you a fan of Fire Emblem by any chance?
Okay, so I have a tumultuous relationship. As a kid, I absolutely hated anything tactics. So Fire Emblem, Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, just tactics games in general. I just was not a fan. However, a couple years ago, I got into Fire Emblem. What the heck was it? It was the phone game. Give me a second. I think I've still got it on my phone actually. Fire Emblem Heroes. Which it's a Fire Emblem game, but it's a mobile game, so you can summon characters from all over the Fire Emblem universe.
Okay, basically, you know about the weapon triangle, right?
Swords beat axes, axes beat spears, spears beat swords.
Correct. So, I know you said you're a big fan of Persona.
Yeah.
You need to check out a game. It came out on the Wii U, and they also re-released it on the Switch. There's a game called Tokyo Mirage Sessions. It's literally it's a crossover of like Shin Megami Tensei, Persona, etc. with Fire Emblem.
Interesting.
I did not know this existed.
I love that game to no end. Like, that game is amazing. I actually
That Joker's outfit. Is this a Switch only?
It was on Wii U and it is also on Switch.
Not Steam though, I'm guessing. No, it is not. So yeah,
Yeah.
that is a Switch game. Well, unlike my PlayStation, which has not been touched in almost 3 years now, I do play my Switch. So
Yeah.
I will definitely take a peek at this.
Yeah, it's exactly like how like Persona and all that stuff is, where you have the day-night cycle, etc., and the battle system.
Is that a Zura's outfit?
The battle system's amazing. Like, cause it's a traditional like they combined like Persona with or Shin Megami Tensei with the Fire Emblem aspect, and it just
Taking a look at it. Is
it
that
works
Marth?
so well.
That was Marth. Oh my goodness, it's a Fire Emblem Persona game.
Yes,
You aren't kidding. Oh my goodness.
like people who like they're like people are like oh no it's not.
Whoa.
it's not-
Oh,
it's
it
not
is
like-
Cromensita. I was right.
Yep, I love that game.
That is Zura. What? That's Tiki. Oh my goodness. I have got to take a... Oh, wow. What? Sorry, geeking out.
Oh man, I love it.
Yep.
It's very entertaining for me.
Yep.
Oh my god, it's Cromensita. What the shit? What?
Yeah, like if you get a chance, definitely play it. You'll enjoy it.
It's gonna be a wait for money thing, but yeah. Wow. Cause yeah, so that phone game restarted my love of tactic games, because I made in that phone game I made one bullshit character. My Edelgard in that one, in the phone game, Edelgard von Restfeld from Three Houses. Nothing can hurt her. I have a super tank that can take any hit from a magic caster, even though they do double damage, and just shrug it off, while I have my healer, who is always following Edelgard, behind her to just heal her. And then I have my dancer, who has the dance support move that can give another turn to my Edelgard, because not only is she a tank, she can dish out the damage. So that rekindled my love of tactic games, because you can come up with some really interesting things, and the way you can move characters around and everything. That I picked up Three Houses, and I beat Three Houses. Three Houses is so fun. I did not pick up Engage though. I did not pick up Fire Emblem Engage, and I am kind of disappointed, because that one, that looks like a really, and I've heard good things about Fire Emblem Engage.
Engage is the one with
the Switch character, where you have the character that looks like they're a Nintendo Switch. No joke. They literally have the color palette of a Nintendo Switch.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't pick that one up yet either.
Yeah, that one is on my list to eventually get around to grabbing. But I picked up the Musou game, Three Hopes. Oh, that was such a great thing to play as Edelgard and just beat the crap out of armies. Oh, that was great. And then I also had Fire Emblem Warriors, the original one. That one was a lot of fun too. My Azura in that one is bullshit.
I just have, it's no offense, but I have one complaint about that game.
Which one?
Fire Emblem Warriors.
What's that?
They couldn't have changed up some of the movesets.
Yeah, I mean, like Lucina and Chrom play the exact same. I think a lot of the horseback characters play the exact same. Although I didn't find this out until later, but apparently you can dismount the mount characters. So like Xander can dismount. Same with Hinoka,
Yep.
and Carmilla. Although I did not know that, so I just played them on their mounts. And they're okay on their mounts. But I'm not Was it that one that you could dismount, or was that a different one? I don't remember. Maybe I'm confusing a mechanic with something else. Anywho, as I got older, I definitely had a much more better appreciation for the Fire Emblem games and by extension, tactic games. So tactic games are always a fun thing, and I have a deep, deep love for JRPGs. I mean, hell, my first... I didn't play Final Fantasy VII for years. It just was not on my list. Hell, the majority of the Final Fantasy franchise kind of dropped off after I had a bad experience with Tactics Advance, actually.
Yeah, I didn't really enjoy Tactics Advance as much as I was hoping I would.
See, I like Tactics Advance, but I never played
but
two.
Yeah. Like, it had some kind of weird aspect where it's like, oh, the kids know they're in a game, or like, I was just like, all right, I'm just...
Yeah, that's the way how I was with was it, God, was it Star Ocean till the end of time? Like,
I've never played a Star Ocean, so...
Like, well, it's very similar to, like, the Tales of series.
That's another series I only got into relatively recently in the last couple years.
But, it's like, it's really fun. And, like, I played, like, with the combat and everything, and it was really cool. And I got really far into the game, and then I got to this one point, and they're like, by the way, did you know you're playing a video game? Like, they literally tell you in the game that you're playing a game, and I'm like,
well, there goes my immersion. Yeah, there have been some games that I've gotten into the franchises, because with Final Fantasy, that was back in 2019. I think it was 2019 actually. Off of Facebook Marketplace, I picked up a copy of Final Fantasy 15, and I fell in love with it. And it rekindled my love of the Final Fantasy franchise, and I started going into a deep rabbit hole, playing a lot of them from 8, 1, 2, 3, 8, 1, 2, 3, 15, 14. I got back into playing 14 because of my coworker, because I was looking for an MMO at the time, and he's like, give Final Fantasy 14 a try. It's changed much since 2016 when I last played it. Give it a shot. And that was when I jumped in and I fell down the 14 rabbit hole and fell in love with it.
And now Square Enix won't take your money.
Yeah, shut up and take my money. We don't want it. Bullshit.
I've seen your financials.
Yeah.
well, you're not the only one that's having that issue. Apparently.
Oh yeah, no,
it's
Visa debit cards in general. It is annoying. It is bullshit.
So it's weird it's only with Visa though, like that's the odd thing, like, cause like I use my MasterCard to play, and I've had the same MasterCard on here for like years, and I've never had an issue.
I guess it's just one of those, because they said it was a back end thing. I've still got the thingy, the Final Fantasy news thing, because I've got their I've got the Discord bot that gives me any and all information from Squeenix announcements.
All right. And I'm gonna jump in real quick though, because I am tired. It is 11 o'clock. It's been a busy day. I'm not gonna push myself too hard tonight. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me in voice chat. I always appreciate that. Makes these way more enjoyable. I was like, all right, just running between the fates, etc. So
hell, if I had seen you guys were in here, I probably would have jumped in here while I was playing Persona.
I was in, I had, it was just something I was like, oh, kids are going to bed. All right, it's quiet. I'm like, you know what? I want to go play. So I was kind of just like I don't know when the next stream will be, but hopefully I'll, we'll let you guys know more in advance. But anyway, I'm going to head end stream. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you so much for being here. Otherwise than that, have a good one.